Happy afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first video post on our Worky page. My name is Sarah Moore, and I am a Senior Director with WildTree. Take my glasses off here. In Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, and currently I'm at the Fort Atkinson Public Library, hence the meeting room space here and my lovely artwork in the corner. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day, and today I wanted to talk to you about our first pillar in this Worky series of how you can generate business and revenue by talking about pillar number one, the most common pillar we have, and that is our live event. Now, if you're thinking, well, gosh, Sarah, I signed up for more of a virtual business. I really wanted to get the ball rolling using social selling, using the app, and all the other avenues that were explained to me about all the perks of owning my own WildTree business. We're going to get to that. But I'm here to tell you that a very healthy business uses all four platforms and generates volume and future business by using each individual pillar. Now, for a very long time, our business was built on the in-home party. That is the way we met customers, future, present, current, and also that was all the waves and lengths of our conversations for our future business. We did 90% of our works at the in-home party. And while that realm is still strong and solid, and I never want that to go away, because if you're really being honest, all of the other in-home businesses use that realm in some event. I know a lot of people say, well, I want to join this company because you don't have to do parties. Well, if they're being honest, and if I'm being honest with you, you still have to meet people. There has to be a space for when you can talk to them face to face, because there's going to be a pocket full of people that want to see your eyes, touch and feel what you're selling, and have that conversation from there. Whereas other people won't need that. So we're just going to meet people where they're at. Besides, our in-home events are so unique and fun because they're centered around food. And if you think about precious, precious time with your family and friends, it's usually centered around food. So I never want that to go away, but I know that it's not the only pillar. However, it's a very pivotal pillar, and it's one that's going to be extremely important for you to get started. Okay, so I'm going to break it down for you into 3 easy steps, and I'm also going to share my screen to show you where you can go for future information. So this week, all of the planning, all of the party plan, or all of the business that you do in terms of your admin work should all be centered around the live events. Okay, so the first thing, very important, that you're going to want to do is you are going to want to grab your family's calendar. Here is my family's calendar. You're going to want to grab your family's calendar to see when the earliest time that you can do your in-home events. You're going to want to have 2. You're going to want, we call them the double launch. And launch is a fancy way of saying you're getting started with your business, just like Starbucks and Target. When they open a new location, they launch that location. We're going to do the same thing. You're a new WildTree consultant, and you're a sole proprietor. You're an entrepreneur, and we're going to launch you. Okay, so why 2? Well, 2 is very important because you are going to want to give people an opportunity of 2 different dates. So if you think about it from the customer's point of view, when you pick just one date, that might narrow down over 50% of your invited people because they can't maybe make the date you had written down. So we suggest either doing 2 weeknights, a weeknight and a weekend, a weekday and a weeknight, or weekend night, whatever works for you and your family. And I also encourage you to keep them close together. This is for your food purposes. This is for your cleaning purposes. Everything can then be buckled up and do it in one full swoop. So if you're looking at your calendar, the worst thing you can do is try to think of people's reasons not for coming. Well, I'm definitely not going to do it on Thursday night because that is 2 of my friends' Bible study nights, so they won't be able to come. I'm definitely not going to do it on a Sunday because most people go to church on a Sunday and then they want their whole day. So you see what you're doing. You're making a lot of presumptive assumptions there. And that's why we over-invite, and that's why we double up on the dates. So you're kind of curbing some of those things that you're already thinking. So really, it's the next 2 available dates that work for you. And this is something that I just want to say that, like, it's part of starting your business. So getting started, we think about that all the time, right? Like, when is the perfect time to get started? Or I'm just so busy, there's just no way I can fit it in. And I know that feeling. When I showed you my calendar, yellow is my daughter, purple are my boys, and the red is my little guy, and my husband and I's commitments, our church, our work, our business, our family, our volunteering commitments. So you're going to be busy. That is not going to change. But you signed up for Wild Tree for a reason. And even if it was the food that was just luring you in, and the ideas and the dreams, turn off all those what ifs for a hot minute and pick out the next 2 dates that work for you and stick to them, and cut out all the other reasons why those dates might not work. Because I promise you, the ball has to start rolling, and only you are going to push it into effect. It's kind of like that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, rocket out, I'm doing this. Think of that and put yourself under the pressure just to get it done, because this will be the first step into reaching the other pillars that we're going to talk about in this Rookie series. Okay, so you have your dates. Now we work backwards. The first thing we're going to do is you're going to go back to your Roots for Success training guide, and you are going to brainstorm people. So automatically, when any rep starts their new business, they think of initially, just off the top of their head, their top 10 people that they want to be there. They're their coworkers, they're their good friends, they're their family members. Maybe there's the person who introduced them to Wild Tree, a party that they attended to. Those are going to be the people they're initially going to just want, their safety zone that they're going to want to invite. By going to your Roots for Success training guide, and by really tapping into your contact list, like exhaust your contact list, over 100 people, keep it around you for the next several days. Fill in people's names. Ask them who they might know. Just be listing and listing names and names, because from there, you will derive names for your live events of who you want to invite. The other names of people, we are going to transfer that over into who are we telling about the app? Who are we asking to come to our first Facebook party? Who are we asking to host a virtual or a Facebook party? Who are we asking if they want more information about our freezer meal workshops, and they can get on an auto ship program starting in the new year, or that might even happen in December. So those names are going to be names that you're going to use in the very near future, but over exhaust it so that you can derive names from your group of 100 for your live events. And you're going to want to invite at least 50 people to your live events, at least 50 people, because over half of them won't be able to come. And we are looking for a crowd of 10 people plus at each live event. Okay, so let's talk about what type of event to have. So the majority of reps who start usually have a combo party, and that is where they're offering a freezer meal workshop to be had. And then if people don't want to freezer meal workshop, or they can't freezer meal workshop, they can still come and sample and then hang out, see what's new, and ask questions and book their own freezer meal workshop. So if you do that type of event, you are going to want your invite to reflect that. You can have the fanciest invite in the world, but until you personally seek people out and tell them about your event, by messages, by seeing them in person at work, by personal text messages, by personal audio messages, by personal emails, chances are you're going to get a very slim RSVP list if you're just making general invitations on Facebook, email, or text. It's a day and age where that personal touch becomes even more and more precious. And when people know that you took the time to ask them, number one, they're going to feel flattered. But number two, they're not going to think that you invited a mass majority of people. And whenever I get a mass majority invite, I just think, oh, I don't have to go. I don't have to worry about looking at this right now, because I know she has plenty of people that are coming. And we don't want our guests to feel that you have plenty of people to be coming. We want them to have that curiosity factor of what is so exciting about this event, because I want to be there. I don't know who anybody else is invited, and she invited me, and she took the time to invite me. So if you're looking at your calendar for those purposes and your next available dates, you could still fit a freezer meal workshop / tasting event this month. And this month is hot for hosting. It's hot for a variety of reasons. It's deer hunting, it's Christmas shopping, it's women get-togethers, women and men alike. It's fall, it's cold, it's dark. People want to get out. They don't want to hibernate all winter. So your likelihood of getting a very strong attendance this month or the beginning of next month is extremely high. So look no further. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 yourself. Boom, when am I going to do it? I'm committing to these dates. I'm marking it in pen, and now I'm working backwards, which leads me to my last point. How do I get an invite going? So I'm going to screen share with you, and I'm hoping that you can see this. I can see you, so then you should be able to see this. Okay, great. So I'm going to go to, I'm just going to go in here right now. I'm going to go to Training with Sonara's website, because this is all done for you on how to create an invite. See how slick this all is? So I'm going to go to Getting Started. And I know a lot of you have floated around in here. Okay, so the password is success, SUCCESS. I'm going to go to Creating Your Event. If you haven't done the first 3, those are great resources for you to go through. You have your parties booked. Now create a shopping list for each party. That's that video. Let's create an invitation for your host. And since you're doing it, you can create your own invitation. She'll take you through the steps of using Mad Mimi. You don't have to use Mad Mimi, but you can. Here is another resource I'll show you. I'm in Wild Tree's back office. I'm going to go to Resources, Media Resource Center, and I'm going to do Invitation in my Google search bar. 2017, launch your tasting invite in Word. Here is a downloadable file. Now this is something you can fill in and then save as a PDF or a Word document and email out. This is something that you can post on Facebook and create a Facebook event. Facebook has its own trainings. Just type in, how do I create a Facebook event, if that you don't know that. A third option is by going to Red Stamp, either on your phone or on your computer, and you can create a invite. You can do that by going to Collections. Wild Tree has its own prefabbed collections, and you can use one of these. Any type of image you can put in here can be one from the website, the Media Resource Center, or you can use one that doesn't have its own image. I'm going to just log in here. Oops. All right. Oh, it's not letting me. There we go. Now I'm logged in. Oh, for pity's sake. Well, anyways, if I were to get logged in here, I'm not going to go through finding my password because I have it all available on my phone. I have the app downloaded. And so I usually create it on the phone, and I text that with a little message to my host. Now, one thing that you're going to want to do for yourself is to really hostess coach yourself. Like really hostess coach yourself. Don't settle for just inviting those top 10 to 15 people that I was talking about that you know in your gut you want to be there. I did that. And that I ended up spinning my wheels for a very long time. I had to go back to the drawing board and I had to invite everybody that was on my list and do it the right way the second time. So save yourself that hassle and personally invite. That work will pay off because those people are going to be either booking a live party, they're going to download the app and share it at your party, or they're going to book a social party. They are your future business. And that's exactly what we want, is we want to create you future business. So hopefully today I have shared with you all the reasons why and how to do the first steps in getting the inviting and planning for your live event. And that's pillar number 1. Remember, there are going to be people in this world that want to touch, that want to taste, that want to smell, and we want to appeal to them because they're also going to be a huge referral hopper for you. So don't just rely on social media. There is a reason there is a pillar for the live event. Every company has it, no matter if they say it or not. And I have spent the last 10 years being in front of people. So I know that this will pay off for you. I know it's a huge pillar that can't be ignored, and that's why it's the first pillar. There's tons of information on Sonara's training website, as well as in our Media Resource Center for more about the live event, but don't inundate yourself with it. It's just one of those things where you just gotta bite the bullet and do it. All right, believing in you. Happy week, rookies. Let's make it everybody's goal to book their 2 double launches for this month or the beginning of next. Have a good day.